Alright YouTubes, how are we all doing? So this is the next job I'm going to do now. It's 3 Series saloon, and we're just putting a new bumper on it. I'm a bit back to front on the recordings. Reese has already stripped it, and I didn't do an intro before he stripped it, but he's recorded the stripping. So yeah, the bumper's off already. Yeah, it looks pretty nasty. It probably borderline repairable if you spend a bit of time on it, but they're happy to put a new bumper on it. So we're putting a new bumper on it. The little support bracket was broken as well, so we've got a new one of those. And you have to do the sensor holes now on BMWs, like a lot of the manufacturers now. But I've got a good relationship with BMW where we are, BMW in Swindon. So they do. You can use like a cone cutter drill to do the sensor holes, and you can buy the kits to do sensor holes as well. I've got a cone cutter, but they leave a bit of a sharp edge. But I've got a good relationship with them. The parts guy, and he sends them to their approved body shop, and he gets the guys there to do the sensor holes for me. And if the sensor pods have to be bonded on, then they do all that for me as well, and they don't charge, which is brilliant. But I am good. They do a special kit for their sensor holes and their camera holes. Some of the bumpers have cameras on the sides of the bumpers, and they're slightly different hole. But they do the kit for it, which it's not that expensive, and I will buy the kit. But the guy always says I'll get them done for you, so I haven't needed to buy it. So yeah, they send it off for me and do the holes for me, which is great. It leaves a nice soft edge on the hole, whereas if you use a cone cutter drill, you get a bit of a sharp edge. You have to try and sand it, and you can go a little bit too far with a hole. So yeah, it's good that they do it for me, and they look perfect then. So yeah, so the bumper is all set up in the booth, ready to go. It's Alpine white. There's a lot of shades of Alpine white. Shame the bumpers are a bit dark. I'm going to do it in base coat, but I'm going to give it a coat of white wet and wet first. The wet and wet I'm going to use is just my high build, which is a different mixing ratio for wet and wet, for the wet and wet version of it. So I'll give it a coat of white wet and wet, and then we'll do it in base coat and lacquer. So clear coat's mixed. I'm using Mipa CX4, which is their like fast dry technology clear. I'm not using the HX4 hardener, which is the one that's like a 15-minute bake and it cures. I'm using HS10, which is a fast hardener that goes in other clears and 2Ks and all that. So HS10 is still pretty rapid, and I'll give it 2 coats. So the first coat, from resistance on my trigger, I'm 3/4 of the way in on the fluid. The top's there where I feel resistance, that's full. So 3/4 of the way in from full. I'll be putting the first coat on about 2 bar, 2.1 bar. I'll get it closer and faster, like a closed coat. Full fan, I'm pretty much always full fan on everything. And then on the second coat, wind that down to half the way in on the fluid control, and full fan again, and it'll be about 1.92 bar. So I'm just going to show fitting the sensor pods into this 3 Series rear bumper. So the holes were pre-drilled for me, and then they come. It comes as a kit. You get bonding with the kit, but the pods come with double-sided tape on them. So what I do, they can sort of not sit flush or not sit tight enough sometimes, and then the sensors don't look flush with the outside of the bumper. But it's probably best to just use the tape that's on there. But to make it a bit extra secure, I give them a little key up with a bit of 120 or 180 grit to grease it, and then I use what's called, this one's made by Kent, but you can get 3M do it. It's called Tighter Bond. So it's just like an adhesion promoter, like a little primer that you just put on, let it dry, and then once it's dry, it gives your tape a little bit extra to stick, and it does work quite well. It definitely makes the tape stick better. So I'll put a little bit of Tighter Bond over it, let that dry, and then stick them in position. We put the sensors in so we know that we can get the sensor in there central. Because if you just stick the pod on, it's hard to locate it. So with the rubber in there, you can get it to sit exactly where it needs to sit with the sensor in there. And then I use a little bit of heat on the heat gun just to sort of soften up the tape a little bit, and that gives it a little bit of extra bonding as well. And then it should be fine. They should be tight. But yeah, you can sometimes, if you don't get them sat in there nice and tight, they can start sort of, especially with loads of crap going up there from the road, they can start sort of coming away. that's the BMW finish now. Pretty straightforward job, a new bumper on a car. So I'll give you a little look. So there's a new bumper, a new trim, and there was a new support bracket in the centre as well. But it'll come out well. Colour looks fairly decent for a bumper. Matched quite well. Can be a bit iffy alpine white sometimes, but the bumpers look quite out on a lot of BMW models anyway. But yeah, it's pretty decent. And yeah, all in all, didn't have any issues with it, and it come out well. So again, thanks for watching, and yeah, really appreciate you watching it. Yeah, we don't wash the cars. That's one thing we don't offer when we do body work. We do a what's called a body shop wash with the airline. We blow off our dust, blow off any dust from inside, and yeah, the cars come a lot, especially this time of year. Cars come in quite dirty. We haven't got time for the cleaning. We do get involved with a couple of other companies, detailers, that if we do some paint work, and then we offer the polishing, so paintwork correction, and we offer machine polishing. We don't get involved with ceramic coating, but we do all the preparation for that. So we do all the polishing, all the different stages of polishing. And sometimes I work with another detailer friend of mine, where I might do some paint work, might do some polishing, and then he might do valeting for me and detailing and cleaning interiors and all that. I'm not set up for it. We haven't got enough room. We can't start using silicone based products around the paint areas around the booth and that. So yeah, we clean up adjacent panels, we clean out any dust that may have gone in the car. We try to protect it as much as we can anyway when we're doing dusty work, if we have to have doors open and stuff. But that's as far as we go with the cleaning. I know it looks a bit odd when the cars leave here with, you know, a couple of panels that are clean and a painted panel or whatever, but it's just something we can't really do. So anyway, again, thanks for watching, really appreciate it, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.